Hello, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Samson Pruitt. I am owner and co-founder of Slither Incorporated. This is going to be an intro into pulling some eggs. We did a video on pulling some eggs this morning, and I want to just say that for me, it's more important for the animal to be happy and secure and limit the amount of stress that we cause these animals in our interactions every single day. So what I try and do is I try and pull the eggs so gently that the animal doesn't even really know that it's happening. They have the ability to become very defensive in protecting their eggs, which is understandable. But we have the ability to minimize that stress by trying to just be really sneaky and prevent them from having to feel the need to defend themselves. So let me know what you think about this. Here's the pulling video. I go into it trying to not cause the animal to have duress and not have the animal even really know what's going on during the process. So it's kind of like being sneaky and stealing the eggs without the snake knowing what's going on. She knows what's going on, but she's not freaking out and trying to attack anybody yet. So we're going to do it as quickly as possible. So the substrate that I use in the bottom of the tubs is honestly really just to kind of hold the water in place. This is called a suspension method of incubation, where instead of putting the eggs into the substrate, like a lot of people do, I prefer to keep them separated so that they're not actually touching the water, but so that they get the benefits of the humidity levels from the water. Inevitably, some of the eggs will fall off into singles, but when you do a suspension method, the best thing to do is try and keep them together in clumps. So the eggs adhere to themselves during the laying process. So what I like to do is try and find a group of 3 eggs that I can keep together and begin to separate from the other eggs just by finding where the little connections are and gently pulling the adhesive apart without tearing the eggs. Just takes a little bit of time and effort to keep them from tearing as you pull them apart. This one's going to come apart in a big clump. You guys going to guess how many?
I'm going to say 42. Does that seem like too much?
I'm going to guess 39 because we've already had a 39 egg clutch, and historically there has been a lot of similarities in clutch numbers coming out of this facility. These guys have been in here for a little while. I'm guessing that she laid last night. When after a 48-hour period of time, sometimes shorter, the embryo will adhere to the top of the egg. So it's really important not to flip the eggs. I like to number the eggs and count as we go through. This is a slug. I have a hypothesis. There are different types of slugs. There are slugs that look like this, which is clearly an unfertilized follicle. And then you'll have slugs that actually look like an egg, but are infertile. and died during the incubation process. My opinion is the unfertilized follicle was a follicle that was dead inside of the female. It could also be a male who had bad sperm. In this case, with 36 perfect eggs and one follicle, I would say that we had a dead follicle. With the fluffy slugs, as I call them, I think that it comes from problems in temperature during the breeding process, where the temperatures actually kill the egg while it's inside of the female after having been successfully fertilized.